welcome back. Back with another banger. It's the React Files. Hope you're having a good night. Let's get straight to it.
Shooting star! It looks like a shooting star!
Wow.
Wow, talk about it going right over us.
Oh my
That's
god.
amazing.
That's so sick. One in a million.
Oh my god, how cool is this?
Oh my god, this is crazy!
Like, what is this?
I don't even know what I'm looking at. What am I looking at?
Oh, it's so cool.
Oh my goodness, it doesn't look real.
Wow.
This is not right. Something happened. This exploded. This thing is exploded. No, I don't think so.
You think something's wrong?
Yeah, oh, absolutely.
There's no one in there, right?
No.
one was in it, right?
No.
Oh
my god, look at those colors.
There we go, look.
Yeah, hey, look at the traffic section. Look.
What's up? Hanukkah. What's up? What is that?
So the latest rocket that Elon Musk sent up to space, right, just exploded, y'all. This is what people were seeing over Turks and Caicos. People were catching this all over the world. Look at this, y'all. This one was seen over Haiti. Yo, Haitians are the most funniest people on earth. They said this is God at work. This is God coming to earth. The most interesting thing about this is what Elon Musk had to say, and I'm gonna show y'all. Here it is over San Juan. This is in Puerto Rico. Look at that, y'all. That's crazy. I don't know if that was really a rocket from Elon Musk, because we had a comet come close to us the other day, y'all. Did you hear about that? But does that look like a rocket to y'all? It looks too, you know what I'm saying? It's the Autobots. Like, they've been showing us this in this movie. What's funny is this is from the movie Transformers, and as of late, all the Transformers have been exploding all over the place. But this is what Elon Musk had to say. He said, success is uncertain, but entertainment is guaranteed.
What do you mean by that?
And you guys know what William Shakespeare says, right? That the world is a stage. Like, Elon Musk is just putting, I believe this is just a show, y'all. But there are grander things happening behind the scene. You get what I'm saying? I think there are bigger things coming. And this is what he's talking about. Entertainment is guaranteed, right? What we're getting ready for, you know, with the extraterrestrials and the aliens, entertainment guaranteed. What we know the sky to be about, you know, PBB, is that what they're calling it now? PBB? Entertainment is guaranteed, so something is getting ready to happen.
Although we weren't able to shatter that highest, hardest glass ceiling this time, thanks to you, it's got about 18 million cracks in it.
Shout out to Conscious Juice. You don't see no smoke, no jet fuel, no fire. Has a touch of mysticism. It's like that passageway to Asgard.
Okay, major breaking news. I'm nervous recording this one. The Supreme Court has just issued their long-awaited ruling on the TikTok ban, and they ruled that the act does not violate the First Amendment. This means that the law is constitutional and it can and will be enforced. So the court agreed with the US government's argument that TikTok's ties to ByteDance pose a national security risk, and emphasized that the United States government has a right to protect national security even at the expense of certain corporate rights. So what does this mean? Well, firstly, Joe Biden switched up literally like last night, and he said that he will not enforce the law. Doesn't mean get rid of the law, only not enforce the penalties. And then 36 hours later, when Trump becomes president, he said that Trump can decide on what happens. So what that means is that hopefully TikTok won't just shut down and go blackout, because there won't be the enforcement of the penalties. Hopefully. But also, when Trump does become president, he can't just magically wave his hand and say, get rid of that law. What he could potentially do is suspend it for 90 days until it sells, but we don't know. Literally no one knows how he's going to deal with it. So, final conclusion, the TikTok ban remains, and it is now in Trump's hands as to what happens next. Wild.
So the cards are in Trump's hand. Shout outs to Dylan Page. Yeah, what a roller coaster this has been.
I seriously believe that Red Note is a psyop. I believe that Red Note did not become number one overnight by accident. Nothing becomes number one overnight by accident in America, including music, movies, or any television show. I will say to you this, where did the idea get planted from? And now all of a sudden I see communist China and socialism. How wonderful it is there all over my For You page. That is because we're swinging to freedom in America and in the West. And they want us to swing back to socialism. And you can look at what's going on in California and see how well it works. Don't forget what we're fighting for here. Freedom of speech. They don't have that in China. Freedom of speech. They do not have that in any other nation. Fight for your right.
It looks like everybody who is using the Red Book app is now in their fuck around and find out era. So I just duetted 2 Americans. Okay. The 2 videos prior to this one, you can watch those so you can get the details and what they're saying. But I'm going to give you the gist right now. The first person is a Chinese American. So in her video, she describes how the Red Book app has now decided that they are going to remove American users from the server and put us on a different server so that we can no longer communicate with the Chinese citizens. Like I said, I knew this was going to happen. And the problem with this is that Chinese Americans, their worlds just got smaller because we came on and we took away something that they love. So now the Chinese Americans are not going to be able to interact with their Chinese friends anymore or their Chinese content and culture because we had to be like, yeah, fuck the US government. Let's run over to the app. And here we are. So that's the consequence for that situation. I told you guys that you needed to read the service agreement. You could have taken the Chinese version and you could have translated it, but you're like, no, because nothing's going to happen. I warned you about the security risks of using these apps and you all told me to go fuck myself. Okay, great. So here's what happened. A young lady had her bank account compromised by the app. They were buying coins because they have some kind of coin program and they wiped out her bank account. Okay, so when you sign up for the app, the data on your phone, all of it, all the apps you have, all the bank information you have, everything is now in ownership of China on the China server. Okay, I don't know why anybody would think otherwise. Okay? Because I knew that banking fraud was going to start happening. And that's exactly what happened to this lady in my second video. So what do you have to do? I was a previous bank fraud investigator. So I'm going to tell you what you got to do, and it's going to cost you. It's going to cost you. The very first thing you need to do is buy another phone and change your phone number. You will need to do both of those things because they now have access to your apps. They also have access to your passwords. Okay? Your passwords have been compromised. You will need to change. If you have an Apple ID, you will need to change the password to your Apple ID. You will also need to change the password to every single app that you use. Every single one. Because they've all been compromised. So now you're looking at buying a new phone, getting a new phone number. Then you're going to have to contact your bank. You're going to have to get the bank to issue you a new account number to your checking and your savings, okay? Not just the card, but the actual bank account number. Okay? You're going to need a new bank account number and you're going to need a new debit card. And then you're going to have to contact all the credit card companies you have and you're going to ask for new credit cards. So you have new accounts. And then you're not going to be able to use any of these cards or accounts until you have gotten a new phone with a new phone number. And you're going to have to then go and put your information into the phone that way. Okay? So for your email, change the password. Every single thing you have in your phone now, you're going to have to change the password because you gave the Chinese government permission to access your phone. I told you over and over again that there were going to be security risks, and y'all told me to go fuck myself. Fuck you, Erica. Fuck you. You fucked around and now you found out. Remember what I told you. The Chinese government, TikTok is not a Chinese company. We know this. Okay? But you voluntarily went on a communist app, knowing how the government over there is extremely hostile against Americans. And now they're going to take all that data and start robbing you. This girl lost pretty much all of her money. She can't pay her rent.
She make a great point. Shout out to Fine Over 40. Yeah, man, them services over there. Once you load your information over there, they pretty much own that information.
No homeless people in China, because in China, even though you are very poor, like you're a very poor person, and even though that your parents maybe have an old house inside the countryside, they have a old apartment inside the city somehow, and that house, that apartment, just paying zero tax to the government. We Chinese, we do not have property tax, housing tax. We also do not have a car tax. Like every year you need to renew a tag on your license in the United States, paying $250 something. No such thing. Once we own the car, we own the house, just no tax. We only pay tax when we buy it for one time. Okay, such like my apartment, $70,000. When I buy it, I only pay one time, 1% of the tax.
No homeless, no property tax. Sounds like a win-win situation. Shout out to Port City Vibes.
I think we all seen what's going on Xiaohongshu, aka Red Nose, right now, right? And it's the first time that American people and Chinese people are communicating with each other with no barrier between them. And they found that a lot of things they heard about each other are completely wrong. I am an authentic Chinese and I live in Canada for over 14 years. I'm going to talk about the 3 biggest lies that I often see online about China. Number 1, social credits. This is so fucking stupid. You guys don't actually believe that there is a hidden score for everybody born in China, and the government is going to track you and mark you, and once your score go negative and you sentenced to death? What? I have never ever heard about this thing in my life. It's so funny to see so many Westerners actually believe in that. Just stop playing the jokes about, social credit plus 10. It's not funny. And speaking of social credit, I know America and Canada have social scores. If your social score is low, you cannot, get a mortgage. You cannot buy a car. You cannot get a rent. This is literally invented in the West. There's no such thing called social credit in China. No. Number 2, Xinjiang concentration camp. This is a blatant lie. There's no such thing called Xinjiang concentration camp. And we do not force labor them to pick cottons in the field. There's no such thing. And the fact is, it's actually opposite. The ethnic minority have way more advantage than me, which is ethnic majority, Han people in China. In Xinjiang province, if you go to the college entrance exam, they only need to get half of the scores to go to the top universities in China. And if you are ethnic minority, you have bonus marks and plus half of the score line. What? And yet, you guys are saying they are forced labored? Do you see how many machines working in the field in China? How advanced are the machines? Do you know Chinese are using drones for harvesting, for fertilizing, for everything in the field? Listen, if you've never been to China, if you ever get a chance to go to China, go to Xinjiang. It's so beautiful. Things are so nice. The people are so beautiful. The food is so good. I guarantee you won't regret. Number 3, China is not safe. If you're a foreigner, if you ever travel to China, you will get detained for no reasons. This is another blatant lie. Actually, China is the safest country in the whole world. Do you know that we don't really have the occupation called thieves? Because everything is going digital, that when I go back to China, I don't even carry my wallet. There's no use of cash. You only need your phone for like everything. You go on the bus, you go on a subway, you go to the hotel, your ID is on your phone, it's okay. You don't need to bring anything. So if your phone is out of power, you can just rent a portable charger for like 30 cents per hour. And if you are a thief in China, even if you steal a phone, like what you can do with it? You cannot unlock it. So there's no such thing called thieves in China. It's just so safe. And people be like, oh, there are cameras everywhere. Do you know where has the highest camera density in the whole world? London. The cameras are only in the public spaces for security reasons. So if you're not a bad guy, if you don't break law, why are you afraid of cameras? And I know that in Canada, if your car got stolen or car got broken into, you report that to RCMP. They will just tell you that there's nothing we can do about it. Even if there's a camera and shoot everything, and they still tell you there's nothing we can do about it. And it's so safe that, you can go out at midnight at 1 a.m. And the only danger is that just so many street food that are so cheap, you can just easily get fat. That's it. Sometimes I just feel like the US government are really lacking of imagination. They always blame China for things they actually did. Like the slavery and the forced labor thing ring a bell in America. And yeah, it just happened in America, not China. And that the Chinese government are spying on you and stealing your data. Why it sounds like Facebook. Snowden, do you guys remember him? As a Chinese, I really welcome all the Westerners to go to China and travel and see it yourself with your own eyes. It's not hard to get a visa. Just go. It's cheap. And people are so warm and so kind and so welcoming. You find out.
Yeah, we're definitely witnessing history right now. Shout outs to erudite Tudor and clarifying the 3 common lies about China. It's very interesting listening to his perspective. Shout outs to Canada.
4 days on Red Note has me going through all the stages of grief. And right now, I think I'm sitting firmly in anger. And not at the Chinese or anything like that. They're fucking amazing. Their cities are amazing. Their people are amazing. Their lifestyle is amazing. Their fucking grocery bills are fucking amazingly small. I am fucking, dude, American exceptionalism is a lie. It's a fucking lie. This country, every day of our lives is just one big goddamn commercial to fucking leech every fucking dime out of our pockets and every fucking spare second you have out of your day. And it's just nothing but a nonstop fucking hamster wheel. And as a goof, we go and protest by like, oh, you're going to fucking take away TikTok because the fucking Chinese are going to take our data? Well, we're going to fucking mail our social security card directly to Xi's fucking office, and then we start talking to these people and seeing how they live and then actually having direct message conversations with these new friends that are curious and excited about us. And they're like, oh, tell us about what it's like in America. No offense, but we hear you're lazy and all you do is hang out and go on vacations. And I'm like, vacation? What the fuck are you talking about? No, I mean, most people are working 2, maybe 3 jobs just to fucking make ends meet. And then, we start talking about what things cost. And they're like, yeah, dude, I mean, I go out to eat. It costs me, whatever the fuck their money is called, yuan, whatever it is. This is like RP, I don't know. And you do the math and you Google the exchange rate and you're like, hang on. That's like $1.90 for a meal, like a sit down meal. $2 you spent on a fucking meal. Then, you start scrolling through and you see their grocery haul and all this shit and you can see the prices right there and then do fucking Google with the exchange rate. Dude, we already knew we were getting fucked, but we were getting fucking extra slam fucked. No lube, no permission, no consent. And we've been told our whole lives that these are evil people that fucking hate us and they're backwards and they're slaves working in sweatshops and living in gulags and you would hate it over there. Don't even bother going over there. And, you know, honestly, to a lot of us Americans, we're fucking ignorant to the point we've bought the fucking propaganda that was being sold to us our whole lives. I know hardly anyone that's ever even expressed interest in going to China with their rare vacation time and dollars. And then all at once, tens of millions of us go over to this app as a lark, just to goof off. And we all got slapped in the face with dude, these skyscrapers in these cities, they're beautiful. They're clean. It looks like the goddamn future. I'm telling you, man, these people are living in the year 2325. I'm not even sure we're a first world country anymore. If you compare apples to apples, I mean, this place is fucking amazing. No, I'm not. Look, I know a bunch of y'all are already fucking clutching your pearls and you already got a fucking thumb up your own asshole. Oh, but America's the best thing in the world. You're anti-patriotic. You must hate America. Fucking commie. No, I'm just fucking stating what it is. I've seen with my own eyes on a different platform that we're just not fucking living. Not like the way other places in the world are fucking living. And we've got to get the fuck over ourselves and the nonsense that we've been sold. Cause this ain't it. This ain't fucking it. Man, something's got to change. It's got to change fast. I don't know how or who, or where or when. Something has to change, and I think everybody can feel it in the fucking air. Everybody's about to fucking snap. People were on the verge, and who the fuck thought that Xiaohongshu was gonna fucking show us our life is just one big shitty commercial on a hamster wheel. We're that Black Mirror episode where you live in that fucking pod and you look at the screen and you have to watch so many ads to get enough credits to eat. That's us.
Waste of money.
New York City is trying again to stop fare evaders. They just added these pointy panels onto the gate. And the idea is that it's supposed to hurt the people that try to jump over. But I think they forgot to address that you can still slip through the middle or just crawl under.
If you go you just go like that and you can go under.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
He'll be installing even more barriers in 100 additional stations.
There are no cops down here. Maybe having a couple more cops down here could help people not get pushed on the tracks instead of spending millions of dollars on just throwing gates on.
I don't know if that'll work.
I've been here for 20 minutes and I've already seen 2 people just easily crawl right under the gate. Do you think these aggressive looking pointy panels are going to save the MTA?
I'm moving to China. Fuck New York City. I'm moving to China tomorrow. So I go ahead and create my red note, right? And I'm thinking that this place is like North Korea. Like everybody's living in poverty. They're oppressed by their government. Oh my God, is all I have to say. The first thing I say, you guys really have to work more than one job just to survive and like have a home and food? What? Americans are showing their medical bills and the Chinese don't know what to do. They're like, what? They can't even believe it. They're like, ours is free. And when you go to the hospital, it's like $100, including treatment. And then people are showing their ambulance bills. Because our ambulances are thousands of dollars. Theirs is free. Free. And don't even get me started on the grocery hauls. These people go in these grocery haul. Like, I've never even heard of that word here. Like, we're just like, eating crackers to survive here, to pay rent. Like, they're hauling groceries that like would be worth like $1,000 here. But for them, it's like nothing. And it's all healthy, high quality food. Hence why they're all skinny, gorgeous, and their skin is perfect. So I just don't have words for this. And their trains look like they came out of the year 3000. It literally looks like out of a frickin' movie. And there's no homeless people. And they're immaculate. And like extremely high speed. Like New York City subway. Like, what the fuck are we doing here? Their cars and phones are 10 times more technologically advanced than ours and affordable. And you know what's funny? We can't have them here. We're not allowed. They're banned. They're banned. And do not even look up Chinese kindergarten. Don't look it up. It'll make you so mad. I almost swan dove out my window when I saw Chinese kindergarten. Meanwhile, in our kindergarten, they can't even teach children, like, what's a boy and what's a girl. And they're teaching kids that they can identify as animals here in our country. So, I don't think we're the problem. I really just don't think that we're the problem anymore. And this one's my favorite. They're all confirming that they don't have a social credit system like we've been told. But you know what we have over here? It's a credit score. We can barely do anything without it. So it's just almost like they're telling us that they have things that they don't, but we are the ones that actually have them. Interesting. So if you want to ruin your day and cry yourself to sleep every night and rethink your entire life and society and everything you've ever been told, go make a red note.
Shout out to Lauren Sovey. Wow, very interesting. Coming from a New Yorker, that says a lot. This ain't the first time we heard this in this video today. This is crazy.
I saw a post on the Red Note app that said, "I'm American, ask me anything." So they started asking us about our healthcare system, it having insurance, how much money we have to pay for like medical bills and whatever. And after long conversation of going back and forth with the Chinese people on the app, we explained to them that sometimes having high medical debt coupled with like other debts can lead people to being homeless. And they did not understand why. And so we had to explain to them how things affect your credit and what collections companies are. Tell me why. They didn't understand what a collections company was, first off. Like, I guess that's not a thing in China. But when one of the Chinese guys who was like responding to our comments was asking about collections companies, the only words that he could understand it as in China, when we had to translate his comments from Chinese or Mandarin to English, he was calling collection companies robbers and gangsters. That's the only thing that he could think to just, oh my God. Tell me if we're in the bad place. Tell me right now, I need to know.
Alguien adentro, espero que no haya nadie adentro, se está derrumbando.
And that's a wrap. Hope you enjoyed tonight's rabbit hole. If you enjoyed this video, why don't you check out this one right here. Thanks again. Till next time.